On February 28, 1997, the Turkish military breached the democratically elected government in what's been called a postmodern coup. That means that instead of using direct force, the military pressured the government to step down. It threatened the use of force, used a media campaign, and propped up strictly secular opposition political parties until the then Prime Minister, Necmettin Erbakan, resigned on June 18, 1997. On February 28th, members of the National Security Council, a group comprised of 5 military personnel and 5 high-level politicians, declared that there was an Islamist threat in the government. It issued a memorandum demanding religious schools be closed, all private religious courses be handed over to the state, and banned many religious group activities. To understand how and why this happened, let's get some background. By its constitution, Turkey is a secular country. But in December of 1995, the Welfare Party, a political branch of a popular religious group, won more seats in the parliament than any other party. This was the first time in the republic's history that a party linked to a religious organization won a national election. The military pressured political parties not to form a coalition with the Welfare Party. But a year and a half later, the president allowed the Welfare Party to form a coalition after the opposition failed to form a sustainable government. The secular community, military, and media criticized the new Prime Minister, Necmettin Erbakan, for wanting to strengthen the nation's Muslim identity. Erbakan ran a socially conservative group, toured Muslim countries, and wanted to create a version of the G7 with Muslim nations. The military and media campaign against Erbakan claimed his party wanted to dismantle Turkey's secular foundation. A popular media slogan at the time was, "Secularism is dying, Sharia is coming." Güven Arkaya, a Navy commander and 4-star admiral, said, quote, "Religious groups are a bigger threat than the PKK, a group that Turkey recognizes as a terrorist organization." So, what happened after this postmodern coup? The Constitutional Court banned the Welfare Party from government on the grounds that it wasn't secular, and barred some of its members, including Erbakan, from working in politics. A newly formed government began a legal battle against religious expression. They purged the bureaucracy of religious conservative people and implemented a dress code law that banned female students from entering universities with a headscarf. The ban was already in place for most other public institutions. 3,500 female teachers were fired for covering their hair, 11,000 teachers were forced to resign, and 3,527 other teachers who refused to resign were fired. 1,625 military personnel were fired, 2,500 military personnel were forced to retire, and all military personnel's wives were forced to remove their headscarves. Around 1,000 people were imprisoned, and around 11 million people and many civil society organizations were blacklisted from public institutions and the military. Companies with assumed religious conservative owners were denied state contracts. Now, the army commander said, quote, "February 28th will last 1,000 years. But in 2002, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who was jailed after the coup for reading a poem, led a newly formed AK Party to victory in national elections. It wasn't until the late 2000s that the AK Party government began relaxing laws opposing religious expression. And in 2013, it lifted the ban on headscarves in public institutions.